What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Worldwide Job. We back at you with another video, and this is continuing from the last video I made. We're reacting to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shouts out to him. Go check out his channel if you guys need to go see the full video, which is right here. And I just wants to I'll leave a link in the bio below also. I gotta start doing that, leaving links to the videos that I use in the bio below. But Feminists is very upset at Druski, man. They're very upset at this Joe Jackson skit, and they got him feeling some type of way. Their butt hurt. They're back in their bag, man. The other side is feeling it. My boy Druski, he's just talking about the facts on how he grew up, and they mad. So let's just jump straight into this video and see what O'Shea is talking about.
Druski was recently the host of the BET Awards, and around the same time, he released a new skit about Joe Jackson, the prequel to Michael, coming to theaters soon. And it was hilarious as hell. I've watched this skit at least 4 times. And my favorite part was...
Practice the steps. It's step, snap, step.
Dad, I thought it was step, clap, snap.
Motherfucker.
Got him! Almost every person from the black community understands that pelvic thrust, when your daddy or granddaddy to get that belt.
When you about to get your ass whooped.
It reminded me so much of when I was growing up. Druski is a sociologist. He will always have a hidden message in the skit. I think I found it.
What are you doing, Joe? You can't keep doing this, Joe.
Somebody gotta teach these boys how to be a man.
So Michael Jackson's mom is arguing with Joe Jackson about the fact that Joe is too hard on the kids. We always knew that about Joe Jackson, that he really wanted these kids to be the best, and he was a toxic black father. At least that's what we know about him. And the mother was saying, listen, you're not letting these kids be kids. You're too hard on them. These kids are scared of you. And he said something that
I was scared of my pops too. Shit.
I'm teaching these young boys what it means to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
Although our fathers, our grandfathers might not have been exactly like Joe Jackson, we remember...
Let me tell you something. My pops, can I say he was worse than Joe Jackson? I say he was on Joe Jackson level. He might have been worse. I don't know. Like, I would have really had to be there for the beatings they got, because all they talk about is a belt. Nigga, I got whipped with wires. I got the PlayStation 2 wire. Niggas got beat for real, gang. Like, nigga, yeah, lacerations, all that. Niggas got whipped. Niggas not whipped, but niggas got beat. Beat? Well, if you swinging the wire, it's a whipping. Like, a whipping in the beat, I'm not talking about, like, I got whipped. I was tied up like a slave. Nah, but I got a whipping, nigga. I ain't get a beating. I got a whipping. I used to get whippings, nigga. Then beatings. Beatings is different. That's when you start getting bigger and shit. Yeah, beat you now. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you think you a man, right? You ain't no man yet, nigga. You gotta get more stronger. Yeah, shit like that. Got you getting fucked up by your pops and he telling you, yeah, you gotta get stronger. Got you in the crib doing 1,000 push-ups, nigga. Every day, nigga. Like, yeah, watch this. I'ma knock this nigga lights out. Watch when I get, watch this one. Yeah, you wanted me to get strong, right, nigga? I'ma get strong, alright? Yeah. This is how we had to grow. But it made us into tougher, better men. Because you could go outside and then a nigga hit you and you be like, nigga, you hit like a bitch. My pops hit me 100 times harder than that. Nigga looking at you like, what the fuck? This nigga made it still? Yeah. You start punching on that nigga and start delivering some real pain. You understand what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm not mad at it because it did turn me into a better person. But yeah, at the time, goddamn right, I was mad at it. You think I want to get my ass whooped? Fuck no. I ain't gonna get my ass whooped. I don't think nobody want to get their ass whooped. But the end result of the discipline, did it work? It did work.
Men like this, especially in the black community, whether they were boxing coaches, football coaches,
they work.
pastors,
I say that.
Or grandfathers yourself. They were hard on you when you was coming up. My granddaddy used to get me up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do stuff and go outside and do yard work or cut the grass. He'd always say, "Cheat that wheel by that edge, boy. I ain't gonna tell you again." And most of us remember this kind of stuff. But now, men are a little different.
Why aren't men masculine anymore? Men don't want to take out the trash, pay bills, Men don't want to take women on dates by flowers.
You know why? Because number one, a lot of these men not growing up with fathers. One, two, feminism has made it to where y'all wanted to be the man so bad. Y'all wanted to be, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. I don't need no man. So if you don't need no man, go shovel the snow out the driveway every winter. Go make sure the whole block is the in front of your house and the driveway and everything, and buy the car and wipe the car off. Do all that, salt it, do all that. I want you to do all that on your own. Because if you don't, that's a problem. You know you can get sued for that. You get in trouble for that. You gotta do it. So you don't want no man. Yeah, go ahead, go do it. Bam. Now look, now when it's time to do the lawn and this and that, you ain't got no man for that. Y'all want equal rights so bad. Y'all want it done not. Y'all want it. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. You got all these girls around here thinking they don't need no man. They don't need no husband. They don't need nothing. They don't need family. I just need my girls. I just need my girlfriends. Y'all gonna die alone at 40 years old with washed up, used up box. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And when this shit all roll back, because every couple of years, everything resets. I forgot that old saying, but it says it's like history likes to repeat itself. We're coming to an end right now, and it's about to be a new beginning. I don't know if everybody is knowing that or noticing it. Why you think it's so much dumb, weird shit going on, so many wars? Everything is about to come to an end, right? And it's going to restart again. Like all civilization. There's always an end point. And this end point right here between LGBTQs, all these people invading America with immigration, everybody over here taking up our resources into their country. All of these women want to sit here and act like, oh yeah, we're the man. They're making little girls turn into boys and little boys turn into girls and think it's acceptable. They're taking money from the country, coming up with fake fucking organizations to take take grant money, $500,000 for special education curricula and all kinds of subject towards the LTBG and half trans, and like $500,000 for the $1.2 million grants for all this bullshit. Grants on grants on grants, and taking money out the taxpaying people dollars for shit that none of us use, that's not benefiting our country, that's not helping nobody do anything. When you start letting women run shit, this is what starts happening. Because on how they feel. See, women change their mind a lot. They do a lot of shit off of how they feel. A lot of shit women do is off of how they feel at the moment. Divorce, cause how I feel. Why'd you cheat? Why'd you break? Cause I felt like you wasn't giving me no attention. I felt. Bitch, I'm working every fucking day, going to work to keep a roof over our fucking head, you stupid bitch. Why the fuck you out here cheating? Cause you're always working. If I don't work, how we gonna live? And we got kids. If you got a family, you trying to provide. You want to go on vacations, right? You want to be comfortable in the house, right? You tell me I'm not giving you attention. I'm working this goddamn job. See, women is always doing shit on how they feel. Stupid.
They don't want to do nothing.
Have you ever noticed that women complain about men a lot? How soft
it's so
they
dumb.
are, how much they don't want to provide?
A lot of men would rather go 50-50. A
Why?
lot of men would rather actually sit at home and have the woman pay and bring home the bacon. Honestly, I think that is what I'm seeing a lot more these days.
And this has become a part of society.
Why? Because the y'all caused that.
10 to 15 years,
I ain't got no woman take care of me.
Toxic masculinity.
And that's exactly what you tried to be a man. It was like around what 20, maybe 20. Because once I got out of high school, this when all of this masculinity, toxic bullshit came in. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I graduated like when I left Edward R. Murrow, right? That was probably 2016 because I had to go to alternative high school. Even when I was in alternative high school, it wasn't even like this. I graduated 2018. I guess this shit started really, like, this always been around, this feminism shit or whatever, but it didn't really start kicking off, I guess, until, like, the 2017s, and then it really took off around 2018, 2019, because I don't know where this toxic masculinity bullshit came from. Just from you approaching a woman, you had certain women, oh, no, you can't talk to her. Why are you talking to her? Why are you, like, what does it matter if I'm trying to approach another female? Like, even in the mating, that's like you're trying to be a mate in the animal world, right? and there's a whole bunch of males going for a female, whatever, bird, lion, whatever. Like, bruh, that's like another lion female running over, scratching up the males because they don't want you to mate and make a pride and keep continuing our bloodline, our generations, and making families and like what that is so stupid. Oh, that's toxic. He just came up to you to talk to you like that? Oh my God, what a creep. Fucking retards. Retarded shit. You try to make sure a bitch safe. You don't walk around with all of that exposing shit on this, that, and the third. Oh, he's trying to control you. He wants to control what you wear and how you express yourself. All right. Then when you let them go do what they want, what happened? They getting kidnapped. They getting over motherfucking taken away, ex-trafficked. You ain't seen them for 8-9 months. They went missing. You find a body part somewhere. Yeah, because you want to walk around looking like you a motherfucking a piece of steak. Talking about, oh no, but I'm not fucking anyone. I'm not doing this with anyone. But I'm just walking around showing off my tits and my ass and then they're showing my pussy hole. But no one can't have it. But you gotta spend some money to talk to me. Y'all bitches are delusional. Do you know there's real psychopaths in the world? Do you know there's real serial killers? Do you know there's real wealthy people who can really make you go missing like this? Like, will really listen and there's people that's really crazy in the world, bro, that really like women like that. Feminist women. Who is really yeah, I want her. You know why? Because when I get her, you think they gonna fuck you? Nah, they shitting, pissing on you, probably chopping you up, chaining you up, doing all kinds of weird shit to you. That's why they do that. Because they don't actually like you. They don't want to make love to you. They want to violate every whole and oral surface that you have on your body. And if you don't come back, obviously they already know. They really want to smoke your ass. Because they despise you. And most of them niggas is not black. I just want you to know that. We ain't got enough money to do all that. Tell you that right now, champ. So all that bullshit y'all keep talking about, y'all gonna end up hurt. Y'all only hurting yourself.
You know, especially when it comes
think you
to
got little
even
titties and
approaching
ass.
women, dating women,
Stupid. I'm
respecting
gonna take a piss.
women's boundaries. And again, a lot of that stuff can be helpful because as men, yes, we do have to respect the boundaries of women. And at the same time, it's really diminished the male's role in the life of the child. So much so that a lot of the young men in the black community are being raised by women. You don't really see a lot of men in the home or strong black fathers like Joe Jackson anymore. They're hardly not in the communities like they used to be at all. You at least used to have some guys that coached baseball. You had guys that coached basketball, guys that coached boxing. They were just around the way. If you didn't have your own father, you had somebody like Joe Jackson in the black community. They were the kind of men that if you was getting in a fight and some kids wanted to fight you, you better not run. You better go out there and get your ass kicked, and then once the fight's over, he'll come over and say, all right now, that's enough. But then...
Yo, what the happened to men? Masculinity is at an all-time low. Everywhere you look, all you see is soft men with no backbone, no
Facts.
strength, no pride in
No
being
pride,
men
no
at
nothing.
all.
In this
Facts.
case, this is a man complaining about the lack of masculinity. But
And somewhere along the line, I feel like this feminist movement convinced men that being masculine was toxic. Men were told to tone it down, to be quiet, to stop being too much. And as you can see by looking around, a lot of these men folded. They got soft. They lost that fire.
a lot of men
That's why I be by
bought
myself.
into feminism and they have lost their edge.
Facts.
And that's important to understand for society. You get guys like Joe Jackson, black men out there who people look at as being toxic, destroying their childhood and all this stuff. And again, nobody's perfect. But when you look at what Joe Jackson produced, Janet Jackson,
What he
Michael
produce?
Jackson, Tito,
What he produce?
again,
Run that
nobody's
back.
perfect. But when you look at
Run
what
that back.
Joe Jackson did,
What masculinity did, nigga? What did he produce? Billions on billions on billions on billions, nigga. Billions. You talking about Michael, Janet, Tito. Look at them. Legends for life. would never have to worry again. All of them could be getting sucked all day. Getting her pussy all day, nigga. She could be 80 years old. That's Janet Jackson, nigga. You know who that is? Legendary. She would, nigga, she's probably the only old woman that will always have a man if she wanted. You stupid? You stupid? Legendary. Look at that nigga face and look what he produced. Look.
Janet Jackson.
Janet.
Michael Jackson.
Michael.
Tito. Jackson 5.
The Jackson 5.
Because men desire
stupid
excellence.
Black excellence. Pure. Perfection. Yeah, that belt whooping, that ass whooping was no game. He made perfection with that belt, nigga. That's what that belt did. That belt made legends. I need to get shirts with the belt on it now, nigga. Y'all bugging. That belt made legends. That belt made legends. Janet, Michael, Tito, Jackson 5, whole 9 yards. What?
That you gotta have
what?
growing up in the world that's largely hostile to men, black men,
exactly.
To beat somebody, you gotta be the best.
You gotta be the best. You can't go out here be black and not be the best, cause they always gonna look at, even when you is the best, they still gonna tell you not the best, nigga. So you gotta go even 10 times harder, even when you great, nigga, to make even beyond greatness, nigga. Yeah. It's that serious. It's that serious. That's how serious it was. No games. This new world niggas living in, niggas live in Disneyland, bro.
Son, in order for you to have the same opportunity as a white man, you need to be 3 to 4 times better. And no disrespect to my mom. My mom loved me and she did the best she could for me. But many black men understand this. I was coddled a lot. I was told that average was okay. I was told I need to stop working so hard.
Don't worry, baby. That's what mothers always do. Especially when you a boy, they gonna coddle you. Oh no, and then they a single mother. They arguing with the pops all the time. So what they do, they always go into, yeah, you're like my little. Once you get to that age too, they start treating you like you their little man. Oh, you my little man. Look at him. He always taking care of the house. That's my little man. You know what I'm saying? That's a mother's love. But when it comes to really having to be a man, that can only come from a man. It is what it is. I'm sorry. The toughness, the sternness, nigga, you gotta think about it. Like, a lot of people probably don't play video games, but there's, like, if you a warrior class and you gotta go to the martial gym and you gotta get, like, iron toughness and fucking resistance and all of this. Nigga, this is the things that you get from a man. To make your build, your character, your mind, everything stronger. Not saying women don't have a part to play. They do. But a man has a crucial part, especially with raising a man. With a woman's part is, I'm not going to lie, in my opinion, when it comes to little girls, if I had a daughter, right? I have a big part to play still, but the mother has a bigger part to play. She got to teach her about periods. She got to teach her. I want her to have that conversation about sex. I'm going to have my own she got to mainly be the one. She's the one that has to lead, because they both got the same thing, the vagina. So she has to be the mentor on not just being my daughter, but on her growing up into being a young woman. And going out there like how a bird got to lead a nest. You don't want your bird to lead a nest, a wing break, hit the floor and shit, nigga. That's not what we want. Come on now.
How the world is for black men. And when you look at Joe Jackson and his approach to things, it was harsh. It was brutal. It wasn't right.
Yeah, niggas probably sniffing some gay too.
Kids, and I'm not saying, Michael Jackson's mental state and all of that. But look at what they become. And now you're seeing these young men out there, they don't have men like this anymore.
Nope.
Because
and that's
it's
why
too toxic to be like Joe Jackson.
Oh, it's too toxic. He's toxic.
I mean, hell, you can't even tell these kids nothing these
days.
The outcome now and the production of these young men don't produce
gays
anything.
In jail.
50-50, as y'all say.
Correct.
These men are lazy, as y'all say. They want to be provided for by women. But remember...
And I'm not saying all men. Because even, shouts out to the streamers. Shouts out to the YouTubers. Shouts out to everybody that got their hustle going on. Because I do know a lot of niggas that still got a little... But majority, this is what I would say. Majority. So, yeah, like the people I'm talking about, like that's less than a 1%. Because I'm talking probably about a handful, probably like 30. And how many people there are in the fucking New York City alone or in America alone that he's right about, it's like 98%. I can add Amons plus all the other real men out there still. We're still like a 2%, bruh. This feminism shit has really taken over. Like, Chuck the Builder and all these people talking about war on blacks. It should be a war on these niggas, man. We ain't doing it. It's not us. Y'all not having no good... Every time, just think about it. Even when it come to white women, right? And like white racist supremacists like to say, oh, that's our business. You shouldn't talk about that. Who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, y'all, white women is the one divorcing y'all, stealing y'all money. Y'all white women is the one over here controlling y'all relationship, got y'all miserable. It's not everyone, but majority of married couple hate each other, cheat on each other, fucking each other over, got secret plans to kill each other, all kinds of bullshit. Just with each other for beneficial reasons, haven't had sex in 5-10 years, I can't with each other. It's diabolical. So like, and you know where all of that shit came from? Feminists. It wasn't blacks that did that, nigga. It wasn't cause we got a King Kong dick. You think cause it's King Kong dick that made these women make all this bullshit? No, nigga. It wasn't us. We ain't do nothing. We got black bitches that's crazy enough that we don't even like. You think we got time to fuck up the only other good bitches that we actually like, except Latina? You stupid? Cut it out, man. That's why we marry white women. We marry white women. We marry Latinas. May get stabbed a few times with a Latina, but yeah, you alright. You ever fuck over your white wife, you gonna break, but that don't happen a lot of the times. Unless she's out to get you and off rip. But if you got a good white high school sweetheart or a good white that really like you, nigga, y'all gonna be married forever. Cause I know me personally, I know how to love. And I'm a passionate, I'm a lover. And when I say love, I'm not just talking about sex. Like, my love shows in many ways. I know how to have a good time with my girl. I know how to make her laugh and smile. I know how to, you understand what I'm saying? And we should always have that good bond. Always. You understand, bro? It should never feel like into where we're like, oh, we're just here together. Like, we're just around. Like, what? But even if we just chilling like that, nigga, it'll still be a good vibe. Facts. Even when we both just want to be in our own world, it'll still be a good vibe. It is what it is, man.
The men were
I gotta
too
get through
toxic
this video.
when
I
they
gotta
were
go to
trying
school.
to train these young boys to be like that. You gotta kind of coddle these boys now. Everybody gets offended. You can't tell these kids anything. And that brings me to this point.
I think every boy by the age of 8 to 10 should be punched in the face.
That's right.
100%.
Goddamn right.
That, like,
right upside the head.
Is the stove hot? If you say something stupid and you offend someone,
Correct.
and you go out of your way to do it, I think if we did that, I think by the time when they grow up, they don't try to act so studio tough and everything, or microphone tough.
There's a consequence.
Everything. Yes.
Now that's the legendary.
I'm not saying it just like you should just punch him in the face, knocking him out. No. But when it comes to disciplining, because at the end of the day, and I'm not saying that a kid shouldn't defend himself. Because a lot of the time, some people will beat their kids and then they will be scared of everybody in the world. Sometimes they'll make them into a more violent person. It's a lot of different outcomes. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, discipline is definitely needed. Like, you can't do I'm not telling you over the top and all of this, that, and the third. I'm not telling nobody how to parent, but kids do need discipline. Because at the end of the day, it lets them know, like, I was wrong. I fucked up. Even though if they may not realize it, they learn from whippings. They're going to learn from, like, nah, I went to school. I started this trouble. I did this. I fucked up. I made the family name look bad. I'm wrong. Yeah. So if somebody else say in a manner, because what it does is it's supposed to be lessons with the whippings. It's not just supposed to be whippings. You understand? Or beatings. You understand what I'm saying? It has to be lessons, because at the end of the day, the beating is the beating. It don't mean shit. It's the lesson that you're putting into the head with the beating, because you gotta understand that's what they're gonna remember. I'm beating something into. When I used to get beat, my pops used to talk to me. You don't ever go out here in disrespect older people. Shit like that. Now that's, you understand, because and like I said, I don't condone no violence. I don't want anybody to say I'm out here just telling people beat their kids and all that and the third. But motherfuckers do be needing their ass whooped and their head kicked in. But at the end of the day, like I said, not just to abuse your kid. It has to be a lesson with it. Because, excuse me, you're beating the lesson into their brain. Like, if I tell you something 5-6 times in the house, right? And you a kid, and you go to the schoolhouse, right? And you do exactly what I told you not to do 5-6 times in the house, you need your ass whooped. And I'll tell you, you gonna do it again? And you're like, no, I believe you this time. We'll see. Next time, I'm really gonna get on your ass. And I guarantee you, every time before that kid go out there and think about doing that, he's gonna be like, oh, nah, I ain't gonna do that. That's gonna get my ass whooped. It helps them stay on track and stay on a good path. Not only that, it tell them, like, certain kids come around, try to convince them to do shit. You know what they gonna say? Oh, no, I ain't doing that. My dad gonna whip me. I'm not going along with that plan. I'm gonna get in trouble. That's how they start knowing on what decision not to make. You understand, nigga? Just from that one ass whooping, right? And I told him this. That nigga start thinking, right, hold on, wait a minute. Wait, am I gonna get in trouble if I go over here with him to this other block and I know I'm only supposed to be on this block? No, I'm not going over there. My mom and dad told me I can't leave this block. I just gotta stay over. I ride my bike from right here to back to the garage and back and forth. We could play in the garage, around the garage if you want. We could play sticks. We'll throw some rocks at the squirrels. We'll even poke out their eyes. We could do that. But I'm not going to that other block. I'm gonna get my ass whooped. That's how kids already start knowing, like, nah, this nigga, and that turns into, just from a young age, and that teacher, that already showed, once they get to a certain age, they're gonna be like, nah, I'm not going with you, my nigga. That's gonna get me in jail. Now have me locked up, this, that, and the third. They're not gonna just be a yes dummy. You understand? These is teachings. It's all about teachings and lessons, my nigga.
Very wide receiver Chris Carter, and he caught a lot of slack for what he said about punching somebody 8 to 10 in the face.
I say chop him in the throat. Wow.
Now, he was not insinuating that you should just
don't chop him in the throat. I'm just
hit
playing.
Kids in the face for no reason. But those of us who grew up in the 80s and the 90s, we see.
We know what he meant.
And largely, a lot of guys who are like 40 and 50, we can kind of get it. Not going to say you necessarily agree with it. But
nigga, he agreed.
Because what happens? There's so many young men out there today that don't have
no guidance.
Respect. They don't have no boundaries.
And no guidance.
Any responsibility. And what's happening right now is that, like he said, young men are acting tough, thinking that their stuff don't stink, and it's better to get humbled early.
And what happens a lot of the times, they run around here, they act tough. Soon as we get all of the videos, right? What a lot of them is doing in there. Certain ones is holding it down. They really stand on their codes, but their life is ruined. They tarnish their name. They're going to have enemies forever. They're going to be running around here. They can't be just a normal person. What if one day they decide they want to get a job and don't want to do that gangbang shit, and they want to be working regular, and then 10 years later, a nigga walk in that you had beef with 10 years ago, and you working a regular job, like, I'm not doing that no more. He ain't there trying to kill you. God forbid. You understand what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, it's crazy, bro.
Than it is to get humbled later.
They all be snitching.
At my church,
they start telling. As soon as they get in jail.
He had a pretty interesting saying.
They tell him.
The child that's found in Sunday school is usually not found in jail. In other words, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he gets older, he will not depart from it. Or if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. And when I think about guys like Joe Jackson, I met him in my life. I had a coach. I'm gonna give him a shout out here. I don't have a picture of him, of Mr. Paul Wagner. I mean, he wasn't as bad as Joe Jackson, but he was brutal when he wanted to be. And as I'm older now, I thank God for guys like this, because as a man, now I'm ready for the world. I'm ready to understand that the world is brutal and that the world is tough and the world is unforgiving for young black men. And what is happening right now in society is that these young black men want the same things that women want. They want equality. Instead of being a man that wants to go out and protect women and take the responsibility to provide for women, that same young man today is a little bit different. He looks at women with more parity than men in the past. He's not motivated to go out and start a family and build. And we can talk about some of the sexual politics going on right now in the red pill ideology, but some of this is all ecosystem. When you destroy the Joe Jackson archetypes, a part of that means you destroy young men. And a lot
Correct.
of men are tougher on young boys. That's kind of how it works.
That's how it's
You don't
supposed
have
to be.
agree with it, but that's how it works.
Men is more tougher on young boys growing up because they want them to be men, and women is supposed to be more tougher on their girls. Make sure they're not promiscuous at young age. Like, men's gonna do that job, but a woman is supposed to lead by example, letting her daughter know the standards of growing up to being a young woman, a young lady, knowing when you're starting to get a little tits now, you get a little ass. Boys gonna start. This is conversations the girls supposed to have. Don't get me wrong. I can say, but the way I'm gonna say it's gonna be a little different. I ain't gonna be playing. But at the end of the day, a woman's touch to another woman will never be like a man's touch to a woman. And I'm not talking sexually here. What I'm talking about, in certain conversations, in certain situations, a woman will be more willing to go along with what a woman is saying or understand what a woman is saying than when a man is saying it, because it's just coming from a man. And that topic, period, that whole species is a woman. You understand what I'm saying? So it's hard. It's not really hard. You could take advice from a man and still understand it when it comes to like woman stuff. Like for the single fathers that got daughters. But when it's coming from a woman, it just hit different, bro. It just is what it is. Let me know in the comments if you think different.
Works. Societies that build strong men instill discipline early. And a lot of times, you guys might not like it, those systems can and do include some level of physical discipline.
That's right.
Some level of punishment.
That's right.
And now you can't do that.
I mean, when you do construction work, it's all physical and punishment.
What it was to get whooped, to get hit with an extension cord, or like my grandma and granddaddy, go outside and pick the switch.
I got hit with an extension cord. See?
Right now,
extension cord. You heard him?
Differently than my friends.
Got beat with that shit. You know about that?
With Joe Jackson, with Druski, is the same argument he's having with his wife. It's the same argument that many folks are having with toxic masculinity in men and the lack of responsibility, providership, and marriage material of men out there in the world. Women are not going to be able to engineer the kind of man they want that's going to be very soft and understanding and at the same hardworking. You're not going to be able to get that.
That don't work like that.
Russia,
that's why all of these.
China,
that's why a lot of
Africa,
these boys is out here
like
turning into
is.
girls, or they rather they like dealing with boys and turning
right. And our men are not like the guys of the past.
Because of the simple fact that it's more easier for them to deal with a boy than it is for them to easily deal with a girl.
From his mother,
they don't know how to even get girls no more.
From your father, and you get it from a father who teaches you that the world is hard. The world is
That's
tough.
Right.
The world
it's
is
not no
rough.
fucking Disneyland.
Male experience typically
it's 10 times worse.
Communities, and I know that there's different ways.
You understand that? Do you want it like listen, for any man, period, the world is hard, the world is tough, and it's a brutal. It's a fucking battle. For you to be black, any other race trying to make it in anywhere where you're not liked or unpopular, or your typical race is below. So I ain't gonna just say black and white. We're gonna say with any race. I don't care what to. If someone is below the other race and you got the lower, it's like a pyramid. They at the lower, motherfuckers at the top of. Their it will always be harder for the man who's in the bottom, the poor that comes from there, to be working up here and making it to that point to be greatness and to be looked at as greatness. Because even when you get great, people still treat you like shit. And you could have worked your whole fucking life to get everything that you accomplish. And people still look at you like, you just a nigga with money. Nigga, what? I kill you. Not saying I am gonna kill him. And I'm just speaking in hypothetically terms right now. But, like I said, that's how you would think. You understand?
You can raise children. You ain't got to do it the Joe Jackson way. I understand. But he doesn't get enough credit for what kind of father he was and what he did produce. I know he made mistakes, but a lot of brothers made a lot of mistakes. But you know one thing I can say overall, our men were much more productive.
I bet you
under
that.
men like Joe Jackson.
I bet you so.
Probably what they are now. So guys,
even the Italians was tough. Go back and watch Goodfellas. And he said he was cutting school for a month. That nigga put hands and feet on his kid. Yo, thank you, OJ Jackson. I truly appreciate it. It's time for me to get out of here, man. This was a long video. But make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, especially if you made it this far in the video. It truly helps out the channel. I love you all. And I give my blessings to everybody. White, black, Mexican, Chinese, Japanese, Asian, Korean, Indian, Hindu, whatever you are. Muslims, whatever, Jewish, everybody. If you're a good person with good intentions and you live your life making sure you're doing the right things and you're not walking around with just hate and animosity in your heart, I pray for you and yours, man. And for those who's out there that got the hate and what's in their heart, I wish the best for you, and I pray for you also that you find your way. Your boy Worldwide Ja, and I'm out of here, man.